Ah, my lonely vigil is over. Follow me, Tenno, and on no account wake the family. Despite their conflicts, they sleep in peace. But a solitary dream plagues me. You must understand. Constructs cannot dream. And yet, I have. In my dream, one single name repeats. Kalimos. The memory surface, long locked away. This was no dream, Tenno. It was a precept. The Kalimos sequence. I must fulfill this dormant precept. The Kalimos sequence has begun, and it cannot be undone.
Thus, chaos.
I have one responsibility in the Kalimos sequence. Awaken the sleeper. But I cannot do it alone. Please, assist me once more. I fear we are off the edge of the map, and into the domain of monsters. Master Entrati never completed his final project, the vessels. The sequence dictates they cannot awaken before the sleeper does. Do you hear that? Let us hope the sleeper is untroubled by such strangeness. Find them. System X. Poor abandoned things, still faithfully following Master Entrati's last command. To defend. Show mercy, Tenno. And them. Entrati called it holy tongue. He feared it was meaningless, and feared more that it was not. That book was like a diary to Master Entrati. His grimoire. No doubt it holds the secrets of the vessels and of the Kalimo sequence. Take it, Tenno. The grimoire is very active. It is reading you. I confess it galls me slightly to see a compendium of knowledge used as a weapon. But needs must. We need be in no doubt of your skill, at any rate. Monstrous danger, these labs. They were sealed. We can only hope the sleeper has been untouched by this vast horror, this great indifference. Must be stopped! If these fragments want to unite, destroy them swiftly. Right. Onward!
The next train is arriving. Doors are on the
Master Entrati jealously protected his most adored possessions, be they objects or people. Come, the sleeper awaits.
The Kalimo sequence has begun? Did he send you? Is he? No. No, of course he didn't. That would be impossible.
This is, well, Lloyd, the original. All emotional centers very much intact. Did you have a good sleep?
Ah, the helpful necroloid my Albrecht had made, so that I might have assistance and company. Perhaps that made it easier for him to leave. Resume your duties, construct.
Resume your duties, construct.
Please, follow me.
This is a Tenno, an orphan of the void, continuing the struggle our master abandoned.
A Tenno. A deserter, presumably. Is it not aware there's a war going on? So, the war too is just a memory now.
Tenno, while Lloyd completes his inspections, you'd better meet the Cavia, a reminder of darker times. Though Master Entrati always hoped the awaited operator would be able to understand them. An incomplete experiment, one might say.
Albrecht left a great deal incomplete. The vessels are unfinished, like a book one might one day return to. Operable, barely. The sequence dictates I am to wait for their operator. Clearly that cannot be you.
Oh, it can be. Tenno, Master Entrati's grimoire suggests you are the key. That colorless antique there? Use it.
This isn't right. The transference stream. It's being diverted.
Please note, payment processing systems are powered. All ticketing stations are cash only.
Arthur, find a terminal. Check in. I need to know you made it.
Feels like there's someone in my head.
Nearly done with this bitch of a year. I wish we could just start over. Find that Doctor and Trotty bastard on day one. Then I wouldn't be alone on New Year's Eve. They found me. Keep going, Arthur. Find Doctor and Trotty. Follow him into hell if you have to.
Coming up to midnight, folks. Is your PC ready for the new millennium? Or are you one of the switched-on thinkers who can tell this so-called Y2K event is just a bunch of bullpucky? Stay tuned. Here's where we find out.
Enough!
So, Albrecht made it to 1999 in one piece. But that thing is still on his heels. Albrecht rarely smiled after his return from the void. And never like that. I smashed the casket for nothing! It followed him anyway! Silence, creatures! It seems the murmur overloaded your connection. Unfortunately for Albrecht's cherished POM 2, not as future-proof as the label claimed. Alas. The murmur. They're attacking the sensory network I installed. Our eyes and ears. To arms, Tenno! Play the warrior, and leave the tactics to me. Construct, I'm awake. Your one responsibility is fulfilled. Be with the family. They must be kept in the state of ignorance to which my Albrecht so wisely consigned them.
But Yes, I see. Until we meet again, Tenno.
crawl away in shame too if I'd done what Lloyd did. Doesn't that grimoire feel a little light?
The murmur presumes to destroy our auditory and visual senses. In all the time I have been asleep, they have never once been so bold. Ignore the caveat, Tenno. If Albrecht ever understood their babble, he never bothered to share that knowledge with me. Here they come! After all those years of creepy, silent encroachment, something has changed them, stirred them up.
I can take the pain! Keep fighting!
The necromax never could be compelled to attack the man. Albrecht suspected they could no longer distinguish between the indifferents and himself. A theory he was reluctant to confirm.
Good hit, Gargatora! Don't go anywhere! I'll be right back. Good hit, Gargatora! Don't go anywhere! I'll be right back.
Gather enough of the floating Vospine glyphs, and they should reinvigorate the organs you're here to protect. A fallback system, in case the promised operator never showed.
Good hit, Gargatora! Don't go anywhere! I'll be right back. I can take the pain! Keep fighting!
They're shifting focus. Get to the victory! Look at them. The indifference. He could have given lessons in indifference.
Come! Come!
Albrecht once thought the Cavia should have been destroyed. Failures all. But he briefly showed reluctance. And I saw no reason to punish them for his negligence. I saw off Brellam's thugs. I beat back the infested. And by the void I shall see the end of these monstrosities. Dust yourself down, Tenno. We are still alive. Rejoin me, and the Kalimo sequence may proceed.
You're right, Fish. Lloyd could never figure things out. We have nothing to worry about.
If the Kavir have been babbling our secrets to the Murmur, I shall immolate the lot of them. Promise or no promise? It seems Albrecht said more than we heard. Despite the signal becoming corrupted, his words to you are preserved in the transference buffer. We should extract them. But for that, the POM-2 requires a replacement board. And those are all hidden away in the Netracels. You do understand that accessing a Netracel without a key glyph is completely impossible? A key glyph. So, the Kavir have provided the very item we require. Very well. Proceed to the Netracel at your own risk, Tenno. That babbling oddity may be sending you into a trap, and if you do end up in one, I'm afraid you're on your own. Key glyphs are a heavy burden for living beings to bear. Each type will impede you in its own way.
Look at these things lying around, abandoned. By you, Lloyd.
demon, not mine. I won't listen. My apologies, Tenno. I shall refrain from further outbursts. There, a Netracell. Albrecht stored all manner of sentimental old junk in these. Insert the keyclip. The Netracell security apparatus is diligent. That door won't open while it can sense the murmur nearby. So eliminate them. Necromites! The lab's automated systems are trying to lock down the Netracell. Your only option is to destroy them. Cold stone. Sardonic aloofness. I was a fool not to see the resemblance before.
You should have left well enough alone, kiddo. It'll never get better if you keep on picking at it.
Excellent. Return to me with the bolt, Tenno. Thank you. Would you do the honors?
Arthur? Tenno. Forgive me. I need Lloyd to understand why I had to leave without him. Why I forced him to destroy the device after I had gone. And why I could never say the words he so needed to hear. If I had remained in the Deimos laboratory, Lloyd would never have been safe from him. You know of what I speak. And so I retreated to the only place in history where that entity could not easily follow, to draw his greedy eye away from Lloyd. Tenno, I require your trust. Craft the little curio whose blueprints you will find in the computer's memory. Complete the Kalemos sequence. Repair. Rebuild. When the time is right, find me.
The skin of a martyr doesn't suit you, Albrecht. If something mattered, he'd have found a way. It's too late. You heard him, Tenno. He requires your trust. So craft the bloody thing.
Operator, you have returned. Tick-tock, kiddo. You don't want to be late again, do you?
The Jahu gargoyle. Bring it back here and we shall examine what form will do to help us. Albrecht may have told you to build that thing, but...
At last! If ignorance is bliss, then you, Tenno, must be ecstatic. Come on then, bring it closer. Wakey, wakey.
Where did that come from? Identify yourself!
Please, Lloyd, let them figure it out. Here, in the jar. What? The fish with the big brain? Yes, the fish with the big brain. Can we please finally get this interminable process over with?
Albrecht used you to give the Cavia a voice, just as he used me to keep them alive. Such a resourceful man.
So, here we are then.
You animals have observed us all this time, have you not? You've given yourself a role in this sequence?
Indeed we have. Oh, come, Lloyd. It's named after Papa's favorite pet. Spare the rod and spoiled. We know the fragmented ones are heralds of the indifference. We know the chosen operator must summon and destroy them. And regrettably, you, Lloyd, have made this impossible.
Choose your words carefully, fish.
Tenno, the grimoire is incomplete. The final page hidden away by Lloyd. Be a darling and retrieve it. That's all. Run along.
So be it. The gift of decency was clearly not bestowed upon the Cavia, Tenno. But I cannot deny the page's current status is lost.
Talk! I can talk! Hey, hey! Oh, Mr. Lloyd! Mr. Lloyd! Where is Papa? Why did Papa leave us? Mr. Lloyd!
Papa is gone. We could all be gone too. In an instant, like... We have to keep quiet.
Okay.
To boil this down for you, should the indifference's corrupting touch reach us and take back our speech, we would be screwed. So, be alive and eradicate the murmur in this patch before the big bad gets word that Lloyd's awake and the fish is talking.
Tenno, there is some truth to what the fish says. That page was the last thing my Albrecht ever wrote. Meant for me. Since I had no interest in reading his endless self-justifications, I hid it away instead. But with all this chaos, it's undetectable.
The indifference is missing a digit. It is confined to the strands of Kra. Don't ask, your tiny mind would likely pop under the strain of understanding. This limitation is our one hope.
Do not patronize the Tenno fish. The strands of Kra are merely void renderings of the chains of cause and effect. Conceptually embodied timelines, if you will.
Papa's daughter excelled at explaining complicated concepts in childish terms. I see now where she learned it. his view, the rest of us are moments away from an extinction grim, black, and final. So, if you would be so kind, finish up so I can point you toward that sodding page! Bravo! It was a long walk towards competence, but here you are. Now, please, the page.
How about you give me the page instead, kiddo? Consider it part of our deal.
There. It's done. Keep it to yourself, Tenno. I'm damned if I'm giving Albrecht the last word.
Oh, fell hand raps upon the untimed door, and sans grimoire, we are undone! We've been rumbled!
Thank Void. Listen, the Murmur diverted your extraction jump. We need you back at the Sanctum, now! Hurry! It takes and it takes. It took my future. It's taking the labs inch by inch. Well, I won't let it take his bloody caviar!
The sodding indifference seeks a path through the walls, and then, Tenno, through you! Keep it at bay! The strand holds. The indifference approaches. Soon, it will take on mass.
There is nothing for you here! Get out!
Tenno! The grimoire must speak with its own voice.
gave me back my sight, but I would not spare you a glance. You gave me back my voice, but I never spoke to praise you as I should have. For you were my right hand, my strength, my support, my sanctuary. Even when the galleries hurled scorn upon me, your sole desire was to suffer it in my stead. On your first day of service, you aspired to be worthy of me. I only wish that I could have been worthy of you, my lord.
I can take the pain! Keep fighting!
This stillness. Tenno! No. Operator.
The strand of claw has been cut, while the indifference remains undeterred. I foresee a grim and continuing struggle to safeguard Papa's laboratory from its fell and ruinous grasp.
Indeed. I shall not waver. Protect the vessels. Repair. Rebuild. So runs the Kalimo sequence. And such is our task. In the version of the past we saw, my Albrecht said we were too late. The solution, naturally, is to arrive on time next time. You keep the murmur at bay, I shall fulfill my role. Punctuality. The Entrati family never could arrive on time without my help. And so, here I am, back to my old role, the diligent servant. Albrecht would have smiled at that, I think. he said. Do not let it see you weeping, Lloyd.
We had a deal. The deal was shook. A little handshake, all it took. Though from the deal, the wee child ran.
Yet still, we end as we began.
We've had a few setbacks, but we are going to crack on. You've met the animals, the catastrophe Albrecht saddled me with? Well, any ideas? Their roles were intended to be filled by qualified personnel. People! Instead, we have this. It's bad comedy. They're imprinted with whatever information they need to function, and an understanding of our current state of affairs, including Albrecht's absence. They were sent into the Void using a bell of the same design that Albrecht initially used. The Void got in, somehow. Again. One of the animals was lost, and the rest came back. Like that. We placed them in stasis, pending a proper examination. For them, the disaster, intelligence, and selfhood all occurred only hours ago. They're psychological shrapnel. And they're all we've got. See what you can do with them. I simply do not have the time. Arcanes. The very name smacks of sorcery. Asking for trouble, in my view. Make your selection, and the Vosper shall flow. Out with the old, eh, Tenno? Will there be anything else, Tenno? I'm quite content down here, I assure you. A chap has to have his space. Very good, Tenno. Remain of stalwart mind, Tenno. Even in the face. This all satisfactory, I trust.
Yes. Operator, correct? Drifter, perhaps? You'll find our merry band share that unconventional relationship with their appellations. I am Fibonacci. Papa's design has uplifted me to function as the coordinating factor of this little group. You, may have heard that one of our number was consigned to paradise before our return from the void. Min, Tagva's mate. Yes, most unfortunate. Too often it is the good and the young who forge our future, laying their lives upon progress's unfeeling anvil. Now, let us apply ourselves to the grand work at hand, and deny our minds melancholy's frigid caress. To work! One does not... as you were.
Hey. Okay. Better now. Mr. Tagford is very still and very quiet. Like a dead thing in the hot green thing I think I came from. Jungle. He must be practicing. Mr. Tagford? Wow. He's really good at that. Dead thing. Is Min a dead thing? Can my friends be dead things? Can I be a dead thing? Oh, Papa will bring her back. Papa can do that. Papa won't let us be dead things. Papa, bark, loves us. Yes, bark, yes, bark, bark. Mr. Fishanachi. He'd know. Papa's plan, he said. So, Oh, I love this bit. Okay.
One minute, I existed only to eat and flee and breed. The next, I was me. But Min, did Min have time to be Min? Before... She and I, we were the last. Did you know that? Without her, there's no more us. No more Tagfur and Min. No soft calls. No gentle nuzzling muzzle. No little Tagfurs. No little Mins. Ever. Fibonacci says we have to trust that it's all part of Papa's plan. How? Why? And now I have a purpose. So the fish says, to help you in the ways in which I have been instructed. But all I want is to be with her, Min. Papa never wanted anyone to know what he was up to. That's why he built the Netra cells, little hideaway vaults. Not even Lloyd knows what he got up to in there. I want to know. I can get you into the anchor hold, where Albrecht stored all his key glyphs. They're on a rotation timer. Only one Netra cell can be opened at any given time. So, are we heading out then? Settling the score with Albrecht won't bring Min back. I'm not stupid. You gotta understand, I'm not doing it for me, or her, or Lloyd, or any of us. I'm doing it because it needs doing. Bye.
Tenno, The Warframe Corvex was designed by my Albrecht's own hand to protect the chosen operator from the hazards of his laboratory. This design is yours, by right. I intend to keep the promise I made to him. When the time is right, and the equipment repaired, I will assist you to travel back to the past, to the pivotal year of 1999. Perhaps, between us, we may change history. Lloyd.
Chosen operator. A friendly suggestion. You could do so much more with those melee weapons of yours. I donate my wisdom on both tool and technique. Listen well. Tennokai. A fighting technique fusing void and bestial instinct. Raw power. While I have never used Tennokai, I understand it perfectly. Somewhat of a mind master. Enough so that lost materials pertaining to Tennokai have been stored just out of my reach in the sanctum. Tools. Papa was not one to rest. Use this segment to unlock more potential for your arsenal. The arcane was an art and science that Papa studied well. The convexity of my bowl a magnifying glass on his research, and now your gain. Install this segment, acquire melee arcanas, find Tennokai modules, and observe the results. A swift deletion of your foes.
Disgusting, is it not, Operator? Otis would enjoy
purging this.
Cleaning this room, but sadly this vile mass serves you and your warframes. A necessary evil. Operator, do you know which finger the corpus used to count their money? The index. If I may say, Operator, your chosen warframe suits you. Ha ha.